Jason Wells here from MLM Package. And this week I wanted to talk about MLM leads. And, this is a subject that we revisit occasionally because it's so important to your MLM business. And, I really feel like Chris and I are some of the few people that really tell the truth about this whole situation. We were probably part of a handful of people over 10 years ago that were working internet leads at any frequency. And we're kind of pioneers back then, even in the wild, wild west days of the internet. And so I just wanted to share with you my experience with leads. I'm somebody to listen to because I've sponsored a lot of people on $500 plus packages or more through leads as I've been building my business. And I've been doing this full time for 10 years, as a lot of you know. And, Chris and I both are certified Google AdWords specialists. So we're actually, we run a separate media company for small business websites as well. So we know what we're talking about, not just in MLM, but in regular business. So I'll tell you this, from the beginning, I've always generated my own leads when it came to my own MLM business. And, that should tell you something right there. And I'll tell you, at times we use lead companies. And there really was a time when the leads could be decent. But I got to the point where I got tired of recommending them because, and this was years and years ago, because I got tired of the same garbage from the lead vendors. I mean, every month it was more of the same. And I'd call them up and I'd have to tell them, stop sending the co-reg leads. And if you don't know what co-reg is, that's C-O-R-E-G. Go Google it. I'm telling you, most leads you're buying, that's what it comes from. Especially the really cheap ones. If you're in $1 or $2 range, even for, fresh, quote, fresh leads, they're definitely not leads. But people deceived into becoming a lead. And I say deceived is a strong statement, but I'm sorry, it's my opinion. When you do the research on it, you can come to your own conclusion on what you think about that. Anyways, I'd call the lead companies. The leads would get better for a while. They'd start, padding the lead supply with co-reg. And it just got to be monotonous, and I got sick of it. And my point really is, when it comes to these lead vendors, a lot of leaders are paid commissions for promoting their leads, and that's fine. I have no problem with that. I mean, because a lot of times we as leaders, when we're dealing with lead vendors, there's a lot of work we have to do in order to get good leads to our downline and other people in our company. But I always took the profit and reinvested it into systems to improve the lead process, the contact manager. Just basically, I didn't pocket the money. I put the money back in the system that benefited my team as well as other people in our company. But just understand that not every leader does that. And, taking the money can be a moral gray area. And again, I've got no problem with it. I guarantee most of these people that pocket the money probably earn it. They probably do a lot of side work that the rest of you shouldn't be doing, because if you have full-time jobs still and trying to build your MLM business, you need something to take care of this stuff so you can just plug into something. But the problem is when the leaders get trapped into something where they're recommending leads that they often don't believe in or work themselves, or they get them for free, so they don't really care. I mean, they care about the quality, but they're not getting bad quality and then not only wasting time, but they're wasting money like you may be. And that's the issue. It's a different scenario altogether. So here's the real truth about leads. You see a lot of lead vendors out there, but most of them are really resellers of really two main companies that have been around in the industry for a long time. And sometimes that number changes. I've seen it where it be 3 or 4, and it goes back down to those 2, and then another one comes up, a wholesaler. It's really, on average, in the last 10 years, there's really been 2 main companies that have supplied the leads. So if you're buying leads from your upline system, you're not real happy with them. If you have a trainer or motivational speaker out there that are recommending leads, there's a real high probability that these 2 companies are really the ones supplying the leads, and then they're just rebranding them. So Even in my own company, they'll say stuff like, oh, it's, I won't say my company, but it's my company leads. Well, they're not. They're just any other lead that's being generated. And, sometimes they'll run campaigns where maybe they mention the company, but that doesn't last long, because I can tell you can't do that and generate a high quality lead and keep the cost down, which is what a lot of these lead vendors are having to do. So you'll see things like these are the John Smith special leads. John Smith meaning a fictitious name for maybe a leader. And this is just deceiving, to say the least, because they're not their leads. It gives people the impression, oh, well, that's the person that I look up to, like, these are the leads that they use. No, they're not. Most people don't have the power to generate leads, I can tell you that. Now, they might be able to generate their own leads for themselves, but not for hundreds or maybe thousands of other people. Trust me on this. I mean, I've done this before. Like, it's hard. Years ago, we were generating anywhere from 2,000 to 5,000 exclusive, meaning not shared, leads for people in our team as well as people in our company. We called them lead cooperatives. So people would pay like $10 a lead. They'd buy like $100 shares. And so we'd, give them a certain amount of leads. And this is one of the most successful lead projects out there. And people to this day in my company still ask me to do it, because I have people in my downline that are still signing up some of these people just over this time. Like maybe they weren't ready then, but they ended up signing up later. Well, that's a pretty good lead when 2 or 3 years down the road, you're signing people up when their life becomes like appropriate to say, hey, I want to do this business. But here's the issue for me with promising lead delivery, meaning, promising lead deliveries mean you pay $100 and you get a guaranteed 10 leads. When you get into that situation, a lot of times the person, which is me, generating leads, has that pressure to deliver numbers, and then you start dealing with quality issues. And this can be a problem. Even though that lead generation campaign was really successful, it was incredibly stressful to meet the numbers as far as just focusing on branding a website and getting some leads here and there when people are really serious. Because let's face it, we all want to talk to less people who are more serious, and that's been my own focus. So over the years, even though I've run these lead cooperatives, looking back, I think that's why lead vendors have such crap. Is I don't think they're evil in heart. I just think that they're trying to promise numbers and meet them. And when you look at numbers, you have to focus less on quality. It's just the way it is. And so what we've done recently to satisfy some of the people in our company that have been asking us, hey, can you start generating leads again, without getting ourselves in a situation where we're trying to generate a certain number and therefore sacrificing quality, is we've created what we call marketing cooperatives. And this is basically where we drive traffic to the website, and some of that traffic generates leads, and some of it's tagged to the people. Now, what do I mean by tagged? Well, basically, most good leads will visit your site 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, even 20 times before they become a lead. And I mean good lead, meaning they have a real relationship with you. The problem is lead generation, which what vendors do, is driving as much traffic as they can to a landing page. If they capture them, they capture them. If they don't, they don't. The problem with somebody opts in on the first visit, some of them can be good, but a lot of them can be garbage because they're either not real serious, or they're putting bogus information in, or whatever. They're just that first visit, there's not much of an emotional connection to the website. So I started thinking about, well, what do Chris and I do over the years? Well, we don't focus on lead generation. We focus on branding and branding a particular website. And when people do opt in or follow us in some way, you have a really good person. So when you call them, they know exactly who we are. So this is what we've done. So those of you who don't know, we wrote a book called Anti-Suit Entrepreneur. Again, this is a real book. Some of you have already probably heard me preach this, but it's a real book. It's not some everyone's, writing some crackpot 20-page Kindle book or ebook. Everyone's doing that. But we wrote like a real book. It's like 280 pages. It's everything we've learned in the last 12 years, not just from network marketing, but other businesses we've run. Just basically our entrepreneurial advice on what you need to know to live life on your terms. and we don't mention network marketing in it. The last chapter definitely sends them in that direction, but it's a great segue to recommending network marketing because we really do believe in it. Obviously, we've had a lot of success with it, but we don't want to shove it down people's throats. So, the book has been a way for us to, maybe bridge the gap from those people that, they want a different lifestyle, but you don't quite know how to bridge that gap. We call it the develop step in the communication training, which is on our website for sale. It's hard to do that develop step. This is kind of bridges that gap between where they're at and introducing your company. And so this website, we actually also have in our lead program. So what we're doing is we have a 3-step process. And if you go to antisuitentrepreneur.com and you click on 3 steps, you can see it. There's a different process for the leads because we have to collect people's information in order to gather a lead. That process will just take you through the videos. But the lead process, which is a separate marketing funnel, we drive people through that. Now, here's the thing. If they don't opt in, we tag them, as I said earlier. So when they come back to the website, they belong to you. If they do opt in, it's not like a typical lead because we make them watch a video first before they opt in. So it's not like hitting a landing page and it's easy for them to stick their information in and then you don't have a real good lead. There's some familiarity with the anti-suit process. And when they do opt in, they're exclusive leads. And I can tell you exclusive lead is worth 10 times a regular lead. So even if you're paying $20 or $2 for a regular lead, I'd pay $20 for an exclusive lead or more. Because when you call them and you say, this is Jason Wells from the Anti-Suit Entrepreneur Office, they know who I am. And I'm not saying that because I'm one of the authors of the book. When our downline or other people in our companies do this, that's what they get. Oh yeah, I know who you are. I mean, how many leads have you bought in the past that did that if you've ever done that before? So anyways, it's a 3-step process. There's 3 videos that total 18 minutes in length. Step 1, which is video 1, is basically our book trailer, but it's a great introduction to the process and it does get people to opt in. It's high energy and it'll motivate your prospects to move forward. Step 2, which is after they opt in, is what we call snapshot video. And this basically takes them through the most important concepts in the book. It's what we call it a snapshot. But they're the 3 most important concepts that are relevant to network marketing and what you actually can learn from a network marketing business. What I mean learn is, even if you're not making money in network marketing can be a great learning experience. And so, it talks about those things that you get from a network marketing business essentially for free because people don't look at network marketing right. And if you want to know what I mean by that, watch that video, watch step 2. Video 3 actually discusses network marketing and it explains how you can get those things discussed in video 2 with network marketing and why network marketing is a great business to start living life on your terms. I think it's the best explanation I've ever seen on why, if you want to ask the question, why should I do network marketing? That video is a very professional, simple, easily connects the dots on why people need to seriously consider network marketing as an option. Now, I don't shove it down people's throats in the video. When I talk about it, I often say it's not the end-all, be-all. It may not be for you, but I go into why it could be a great option for people. And I talk about how it was a great option for Chris and I. So it's really good. It'll be a great segue to introduce your company. So if people watch all 3 of those videos, either through the lead source and the marketing cooperative I'm talking about, or just by you inviting them through the anti-suit process, just through your warm market, you're going to get a really good result. And so our contact manager has that built-in technology. It's the same one I use in our team. It's available to people on MLMCompletePackage that are outside of our company. And it has that built-in technology that tracks those people back to you. And as long as you maintain the contact manager, all those people I can guarantee at least up to a year within certain technology limits. I can't control people how they set their computers at home. There are things they can do from a security standpoint to prevent us from tracking them, but 90% of people don't do that. So a lot of the people for up to a year, when they come back to the website and they ever put their name in anywhere, they're going to you. If they buy the book, and at the end of the chapters of the book, they they do the homework. Part of that has them put some information in. They're going to be tracked back to you. It's pretty amazing technology. So if you want to start putting some energy out there in marketing, our marketing cooperative with Anti-Student Entrepreneur is a place to start. I mean, just imagine using the credibility of a book, a book that talks about entrepreneurship, and use that and putting that behind a marketing plan. That's what we're doing here. And we're doing all the promotion. We're doing all the blog entries, YouTube videos. We're doing bi-weekly seminars talking about the concepts. I mean, it's a full marketing thing that you can just plug into, and it's not the typical MLM-y marketing funnel garbage. This is a real website really promoting entrepreneurship to people, and we don't shove network marketing down people's throats. It's presented to them at the right time. So here's what I would do if I were you right now, and this is at a minimum. Go to antistudententrepreneur.com and click on 3 steps and watch those 3 videos. Buy the book. I'm not telling you this because I want to promote the book. Trust me, authors of books are not getting rich off selling books. That's not my focus here. But you really want to read this book and think about it from the perspective of how can I use this book, either by loaning the book to somebody, loaning the Kindle to somebody, or having them buy the book and use it as a way to bridge that gap between where they are in their life and maybe introducing your network marketing business. Because it can be awkward for a lot of people sometimes to show their network marketing business to somebody as a solution for them to live the life the way they want, which is a subject of the book, Living Life on Your Terms. And that book or the website or the 3-step process, even in your warm market, can be a great way to introduce network marketing to people. And finally, if you're really serious about MLM, this is like more than the minimum. Contact our office through our website. Just go through the contact form on the website. Go to MLMCompletePackage.com, click on contact, fill out the form and say, I'm interested in your marketing cooperative and lead programs. And somebody from our office will get in contact with you and get your questions answered. If they don't have the answer, they'll get their answer for you. But I want to share this with you guys because it's what we're doing in our team, in our company. A lot of people, not even in my team, but people outside our team, our own company, are using this. And you can use it too because it's a completely generic process. And, as I've said in previous trainings, if I didn't make it available to my MLM Complete Package site, then MLM wouldn't be a complete package because I'm not going to do one thing for my downline and do another thing for other people. If it's the complete package, it's the complete package. So if I were you, I'd take advantage of it. Anyways, have a great week. I listened to this a couple more times to get the subject matter of leads, so you understand how leads work, and definitely check out those videos on Anti-Student Entrepreneur and get the book. Trust me on this, you won't be sorry.